Guess what, everybody?
We are back.
What's up, guys? This is Dave from the band Angerbox, here with my sidekick.
This is Jimmy from Angerbox.
And guys, we are back with the social finally after we thought we were going to go live, then we changed it, and now here we are, back where it all started.
We've been busy, though. Some stuff's been happening in the scene, trying to make a local music scene pop up and be a real thing around here.
That's right.
Big things like Rock the Mountains has happened twice.
Yeah, twice since that.
Yeah.
God, it has been.
It's been twice. Some big shows are coming up in the area, and we just had to fire the podcast back up to tell you about it. So to get started on what is coming up, our plans, we booked some shows, and we're not
some good ones.
Yeah, we want to bring something new, something different that maybe isn't happening in our area. There's been a lot of great bands, a lot of venues popping up, but I haven't seen that many shows with multiple bands, with bands from out of the area coming in. It's starting to happen, but it hasn't really exploded yet, and I think we're about to see that.
Well, I hope so, man. That's good news. Whoa, little funk there. Just getting used to the machine, guys.
What the?
I don't even know how to work
that?
this thing. It's possessed, dude. It's like going crazy. Okay, I just ain't gonna mess with it. I'm gonna leave you alone, dude. Look, it's like.
Don't hit those buttons.
I know, man. That
There you go.
That's what I did. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm just learning this, and we're back. There's going to be a little quirks here.
We got a little bit of new gear to try.
Guys, you know we don't use a script.
No, this is on the fly.
So we go on the fly, guys. So
to talk about a few of the shows coming up. Well, let's backtrack. Let's talk about the podcast coming up. There's a lot of musicians from the area that we never got to have on yet,
right?
And it was important to us to get this started up again so we could finally showcase those musicians. I know Luke Hoover, John Miller, Travis Minnick.
Yeah,
there's a list of musicians that I want to get on here.
Yeah, the last one we had scheduled for, I had that what they call
Abscess.
Yeah, man.
I remember that.
So, but guys, yeah, you guys will be the first ones that we get on here. So when is it going to be, Jenny? I think we're going to play on Tuesday nights, right?
Yeah, we're going to play on Tuesdays. It's going to be a little bit of a format change, but still the social that you know and love. Episodes are probably going to run about 20 minutes each. We'll release them on YouTube. We'll put them on Facebook. We're going to try to get our TikTok to 1,000 so we can go live on TikTok with it. But we have plans for the social to be around again.
But yeah, guys, please, speaking of TikTok, we're trying to hit that 1,000 so we can perform live for you guys over TikTok. So please help us get there and share our stuff.
You know, I know the local bands are the local bands, but I encourage them to get out there and throw some stuff and content on TikTok and try to find some audience on there. I know I've met some pretty cool people just talking about Angerbox.
Right.
And disclaimer notice.
On TikTok, remember that you told me about him the other day?
Philly Raven.
People like that.
Perfect guy to meet.
Yeah.
And, you know, he listened to a few of our songs and was like, man, I really dig the music, but it really feels like you guys are me as a band.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but go ahead.
All good. But just talking to that guy and seeing what's possible to connect with someone I've never met before on TikTok seemed to be a really cool guy. We became friends online, and he ended up liking the band a lot. So something to think about if you're in a local band and you haven't really put any content online yet. What are you waiting for? Let's put it out there. There's some cool people just waiting to meet you.
Yeah. All right. Where are we playing? We just got done playing that song in the background was Facade from Angerbox, our newest single, but we want to do some remixing on that or something before we release it. But I'll get it out soon because I know a lot of you guys were asking about it.
So shows coming up. I've been doing some talent buying, promoting, and in this talent buying world, it's different. I mean, you could go pay for whoever you want to bring in, but in the area that we live in, you just can't be bringing anyone in here. You got to shop it right, and we have a very, very specific demographic that's really going out to see bands right now.
Right.
So I ended up booking a Beatles rock show tribute, and I'm excited about this. And I don't know if I told you about this, but from the 80s, Enough Snuff from the 80s.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
It's Chips Enough.
Yeah.
Doing a Beatles rock show tribute. That show's going to be September 9th at Lash Balls West in Frostburg. Wayward Son's opening up. I can't wait to see that show. I'm not a huge Beatles fan, but when I saw some live clips of those guys' harmony together, I'm like, wow, this is going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, not that I was a big fan of them in the 80s, but I remember them. And but well-rounded musicians, though.
I mean, Paul McCartney just sold Camden Yards out, so there's obviously a little bit of demand still
Right.
going on for some Beatles. And to backtrack on that a little bit, Paul McCartney did it without any opening acts, and he played 37 songs.
Jesus.
Paul McCartney played 37 songs. That's
2.5
crazy.
hours,
Dude,
How long is it?
fucking legend. I think
We do 10. That's
it was like 2 hours and 40 or so minutes for that
Jesus.
one Paul McCartney set. Like, he's a goat.
Yeah, that's good. Jesus.
But that show's September 9th. Beatles tribute band. Enough Snuff's doing their Beatles set. It's going to be awesome.
I'm excited about our next 2 shows. Tell me more about that, because I don't have the information in front of me.
The Angerbox show's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, Angerbox show's coming up. The next show is September 3rd. That will be at Clancy's in Kaiser. Dookie is playing with us.
Right.
And Pat Miller in the High Hills.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard those guys yet. He's actually related to John Miller too. But they are
It's in the blood.
vibing dudes, country vibing, rocking dudes. I heard a little bit of live clip online, and I get so many bands that submit stuff to me, and I'm not saying I don't listen to all of it, but normally it's really got to engage me to listen to all of it. When I heard Pat Miller in the High Hills, he is unique and good, and you just want to listen.
Right.
You just want to listen.
And
So
I haven't heard it, so I'll be there. I'll hear it.
I'm very happy and eager and anxious to bring them on an Angerbox show and get to share the stage with them. So that's September the 3rd.
The next one is, I'm really excited.
Clancy's in
about. Is that the one
Kaiser,
I'm talking
September
about?
3rd. You're thinking of September 8th in Altoona.
Yes.
That is
Tantric.
with Tantric and our boys on Silvertongue. McGarvey's in Altoona. That's a Thursday. Tickets are available online for that. Angerbox, Silvertongue, Tantric. That's going to be
And
an
the one after
awesome
that-
show.
Angerbox, Eternal Frequency.
No,
and
that's not
Guns
quite
Out.
yet.
No.
We have a little bit further.
Dude,
than
I'm
that.
just so excited for all these.
We have a lot of cool
He's been
shows
on a
coming
spree,
up.
guys, so give up for Jimmy for the book.
I've been trying to
Dude.
book a lot.
Awesome, guys.
No,
And I might not even hit the right button. I just knew I did.
we're bringing some bands from Altoona to Frostburg, to Western Maryland. Oh, thanks, Dave. Thanks for the round of applause there. No, we are bringing a band called Sweet Desire from Altoona.
No, I haven't heard of.
They're like the second coming of Led Zeppelin, and they're
Oh,
young.
okay.
These kids are like only maybe 20.
Right?
I mean, they're going to blow us off stage. Like, not
Dude,
even
there's
lying.
like a
Those kids-
resurgence of that.
It's not
70s
even
type
just the
stuff.
music. They put a great show on. They're great musicians,
Right.
but when you see them, they just got that little it factor that a lot of people miss. And
Right.
it's not that it's something crazy that you're never going to see again, but whatever that it is, they have it.
Right.
Sweet Desire. I'm excited to play with them.
Kind of reminds me of a band I found out about recently, but they're out in California. Red Voodoo. Got a 70-year-old frontman named Dino.
They're on TikTok.
Incredible.
I was watching some of their
See it?
TikTok
He's
stuff.
incredible, dude. Yes. And they're playing, like, opening up for, like, 80s bands already. But they're out in California, man. We should just go to California.
Just go.
Say, fuck it.
Just go.
Jesus. But anyway, we'll leave that for another discussion.
So, the other thing, this is something that's allowed us to start this podcast again. We have a lot of love for Jim Lashball and Lashball's Bar and Grill.
Yep.
He sees the big picture with music in the area and creating a scene and having bands that can share shows and trade shows and bring new bands in and mix it up. He sees the vision. I appreciate that he sees it so much he's willing to take some chances and gamble on the local music scene.
Right. Yeah, he's been great since he's showed up out there.
So September 15th, that's a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It will be the first edition of Lashballs West Thirsty Thursdays. Now, for nice things to happen in this area, it takes a lot of work, but they need support. This is for the local music scene. This is for local
You
businesses.
got another
to get
big
involved.
show there, too.
Well, I'm getting to that one.
Right.
But the September 15th, it's a Thursday. That is the start of something awesome in Frostburg with local music.
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday, there's going to be multiple bands playing at Lashballs West. Some will be free shows, some will be ticketed events. The specific one I'm talking about, the first one, September 15th, Frostburg Gianni's, donating free pizza for everybody.
Awesome.
This is going to
Get
be
up
a
for
free
Gianni's.
pizza party. Round of applause
Giving it
for
up
Gianni's in Frostburg. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So in addition to that, there will not be a cover charge either. It's free to get in, and you get free pizza. So to keep the giving going, Jaded, Dan Stevens, Jim Brown, Jay Crawford.
Right.
Jaded is playing. They're headlining the opening night for us.
All right.
Donnie Carmen, Eric Howdershut will be there. Also, Tate Griffin and some Float Loaf comedy will be there, spitting some laughs for us all to hear. I wanted to get creative. You know, you don't see bands and comedians really mingling that
right,
much.
that's
So,
true. Yeah.
you know, we might have some people that come see Angerbox that love comedy, but we'll never know because we never brought that up. It never came up right. So I'm anxious to see how this works with free pizza, comedy, and free live music playing, everything going on at once. Not to mention 995 WDZM will be there live broadcasting on location. Hoovers is going to be getting involved in some of these Thirsty Thursdays events.
Awesome, man.
He likes to fill our tummies up with all the goodness.
He sure does.
But that's September 15th. Free Pizza Party, Lash Balls West, Jaded, Donnie, Eric, Tate Griffin, free pizza, no cover charge. I hope you enjoy a good time with us.
No cover charge, too. That just tops it off.
We're just trying to give it away.
Yeah.
We just want you to come.
That's awesome, man.
That's September 15th.
Sorry, guys. I'm here fiddling with my new machine here. And you know what's cool about it? It tells us how much time we've been on, too.
Oh, yeah?
So I don't have to guess.
Oh, yeah?
We're at 11:47.
So
Seems longer than that, doesn't it?
it does seem longer than that.
All right, well, we're going to hang out with you guys for a little bit longer. And Jimmy's going to fill you in on that big show. I think it's the biggest one.
You're talking...
Not for us, but for the area and for
So-
Oregon Stall.
So, all right, we booked several shows, and the idea was to keep this working. You just can't do it once. It's going to take consistency. It's going to have to be persistent. So you're going to have to deliver a product weekly. These are most of the time, 99.9% of the time, going to happen on Thursdays. So one of the bands we wanted to book that's very in demand in this area, the Amish Outlaws.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea they were going to sell these tickets out in 13 hours.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. You kept texting me saying,
I was like, man,
10 more gone, 20 gone.
I'm a fan, and these guys are great. Look them up. Look the Amish Outlaws up. They're amazing.
Yes, they are.
Could not believe there's that much demand to see them locally. Tickets sold out 13 hours. That show, October 20th. Unfortunately, you can't get tickets. They're sold out. But happy to see Four Against All opening the show up, getting the opportunity
Get
to
up
rock
for
the
them
house
guys.
with the Amish Outlaws. Going to be an awesome show.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that Jim Lashball gets to have that event too.
Right.
Like, I mean, he just wants you to have a good time at his place of business, and just to see him be able to have that good time that he's after at his place of business, it warms my heart. It grew a whole size.
Jim, if you're watching, man, I really think you should change the name to Lashballs Live.
Davis
Just
pointed
throwing it
out.
out
He
there,
wants
man.
to, you know, there's nothing wrong with Lashballs West. It could
Yeah.
be Lashballs West every other day
Or
of the week.
Lashballs West Live.
Put the live part in there. It does kind of put a,
It's a new live venue, man.
what is that? Is that
Putting it on the fucking map. Drop the dot here.
So we've been trying to be instrumental. The way that I personally see bands these days, and this is just the way the scene, the music industry has happened. Bands are now brands,
Yeah.
and there's so much more than just the music. It's the community that you have to build around your brand, and the band just happens to be content for your brand.
Yep.
So, believe me, the music comes first. I love the music. That's why I'm here to begin with. But I've totally learned to understand that we have to treat the band like a brand. So that's one of the reasons we're trying to build a TikTok community, and trying to build a local music scene at the same time where there's a cool show happening every weekend.
Right.
There's bands, bringing bands from outside this area and bands from inside this area to collaborate on shows and make different shows happen that you're just not going to see every single weekend like it's typically been lately.
Right.
So excited. There's so many great bands too. Rock the Mountains proved. I mean, Hellfire Empire, epic set.
Yeah.
Wayward Son, that was epic set. There's so many good performances at Rock the Mountains, and the heat of the moment after the fact, I'm seeing some of these bands get booked on different things lately. It's so exciting to see people get opportunities in other places starting to book music that have never had music, like 4 Axes.
Mm-hmm.
They're on to something there too, and that's kind of a cool place.
Right.
You're not really just going to go find a axe throwing, golf simulating bar anywhere.
Right. This is what or
This is our original Save Myself.
Save Myself. I don't know why I can't remember that. Jeez.
Funny
But anyway,
story.
carry on,
Funny story
Jay.
about this song. I was on TikTok and chatting in somebody else's live. I was just, texting, finger banging the keyboard,
Right.
trying to catch up with what they were actually saying in the room. And the guy, his name was Philly Raven, cool guy. Ended up playing Angerbox tunes for the whole chat room,
Right.
everybody in the chat room. So I was only in the chat for maybe 15 minutes, but to see the engagement that brought, just that quick 15 minutes, hey guys, follow this guy, I'm listening to this band, chatting with this guy right now, I really like what they're doing. It was instantaneously like, wow, man, we're going about this all wrong.
Right.
So when I saw how many followers you can get just by hopping on somebody's live and
Right.
getting them to check you out.
Yeah.
Very cool concept, and I really think that I'm going to use TikTok for that kind of to play in again to try to build some new followers that I'd have never met.
Like we said, guys, we need 1,000, and we need your help.
So other shows coming up.
Yeah. More shows.
We're getting into that Halloween season.
Right.
There's always some good Halloween shows coming up. I can't spill any details yet, but I know Mezzo's has a goalie planned, and it's going to be epic at Mezzo's.
Right.
That's going to be October 29th, the goalie.
Right.
And then for year number two, Booze in the Ballroom is coming back. Booze in the Ballroom is coming back to the Outdoor Club. And it'll actually be October 21st and October 22nd. The 21st will kind of be more of a country vibing night. The 22nd will be rock and roll. When I say rock and roll, I mean Glenn Cannon coming in from Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
A little Glenn Cannon and the Damage Done.
Yeah. Give it up
Coming
for my boy
in from Seattle. I know Solo's on the bill.
All right,
Angerbox
Solo.
is on the bill. Hellfire Empire, Tariffs of Jane, Brickyard Folly, Jaded. It's a stacked lineup. So much applause. Just keep it going.
Overload. All right.
So get some good costumes. There's a lot of opportunities to catch a good Halloween show in October in our area. I'm pretty thankful for that.
Right. No doubt.
So there's another show coming, but I can't quite announce it yet. But I can throw a little Easter egg things out there.
Mm-hmm.
Easter eggs being, there's a lot of people in this area just went and saw a band on Sunday. Biggest metal band of all time.
Who was that?
I can't say. They went and saw Metallica. And from what I saw video-wise, it looked like it was an epic show to see. And, I Netflix and chill a lot.
Right.
Stranger Things is a pretty big thing right now. Seems
Yeah.
like Metallica's got new life breathed into them.
Yeah, they're number
From Master
50
of the
on
Puppets now.
Spotify for downloads or something, or listens or streams or something.
Yeah, I've been shopping bands to bring into the area a good bit, and I found this band.
It's not gonna be Metallica, then.
Actually, I didn't find them. They were pitched to me. They're called the Four Horsemen, and they're a Metallica tribute band.
I've heard of them.
They tag themselves the only album quality tribute band of Metallica that you'll find.
Right.
So that's a bold statement to make. If
It
you're
is.
going to make that statement, the only album quality tribute band.
Is that who we played with down there?
No.
Who was that? The Blue Fox?
That was just
They
like
were good, too.
They were good, but they were just like kids. They
Were
were
they? Metallica.
We played with the Metallica tribute band a couple years back, and they were young guys, and that wasn't their real genre. They were just doing it for that show. But they called themselves Metallica, and that was in
They were
Winchester.
awesome too.
They were like old school Metallica. They played all the old school
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But this Four Horsemen tribute Metallica band, wow, the stuff I'm seeing online, they are on point. Every piece of the puzzle is there. So looking into bringing those guys to the area, I think a Metallica tribute, a legit Metallica tribute, is going to do really well.
Guys, I've been talking to Jimmy because he's been doing bigger things and stuff. I was like, I'd love to get Candlebox down here, whether it's outside in West Virginia, in a field some fucking where, I don't care. I think that would be balls. So, it's under. I'm trying to talk him into. We'll see how it goes.
A lot of people have no clue what goes into the talent buying process, and it's not a. It's
Yeah, 'cause you
there's a
gotta sell
lot of
enough
variables.
tickets to cover
There's-
everything.
and honestly, you wanted a little known fact. I mean, ticket sales do matter. I'm not going to say that they don't matter, but for a lot of those big shows, a lot of the big money making shows, ticket sales don't matter. It's all about sponsorships.
Yeah.
And the sponsorships need impressions. So they don't care about how many tickets are sold. They care about how many people notice the show.
Right.
And that's what the sponsorship is paying, eyes on product. So a lot of those bigger shows, that's how they're really built, and they keep running. If you ever see one of your favorite biggest bands and it doesn't seem like they're playing to a completely packed house,
Right.
they didn't need to.
Right.
The band's paid separate. Ticket sales really didn't come into play with that.
Right. Right.
The sponsorship money, like Live Nation sponsored by, like, let's just say, probably not, but let's say Bud Light. Bud Light's paying for all that exposure, and that exposure is what's really paying for the event.
But like, you can send us a check if you want.
Absolutely, we're willing to negotiate with Bud Light.
But we're in our manager Patrick's basement. Patrick, thank you for leaving us have your basement for tonight. Hey, can you explain one thing, dude? I just want them to know because it's
Okay.
on my mind. Are we taping Tuesdays with our guest, and then you going to release on Sunday night or something like that, or?
Okay, the way this is going to work, the way we're going to attempt to make it work, until we get to 1,000 on TikTok, we're going to record an episode with a guest on Tuesdays, and it'll be like our old setup, released through YouTube. But we're also planning to go live
On Facebook Live.
Go live
The
on
day of.
Facebook Live while we're doing the actual recording that I'm going to edit and re-release on YouTube, if that makes sense. So you'll have an opportunity to watch live. It won't have all the bells and whistles that the edited one will have, but you'll get that raw,
Probably lots of more mistakes.
a lot more mistakes, but you'll still have good audio. It'll be off an iPad, so it'll be better than your average live, I guess I should say. But we're still going to release the full edited version of each episode on YouTube, and then ultimately I'll probably chop them up and throw them up on TikTok too.
Yeah.
But that's how it's going to work out. So
So Tuesdays we'll be filming.
Tuesdays is going to be a filming
So
podcast
Travis, what's his name?
day. Travis,
So we can
Luke,
do the next three.
JJ.
So next 3 Tuesdays will be booked up probably with them 3 first anyway.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we owe them guys.
If you're a musician and you want to shoot the shit with us and get on the show too,
Hit us up.
everybody's welcome. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching The Social.